Hey there, and welcome back to Teach Your Littles at Home. I'm Lauren Brainerd, and today is part 3 of our Phonics series where we are sharing all about what phonics is and how you can incorporate phonics activities into your daily routines with your child. There are a variety of phonics practice activities that you can do with your little ones. Sometimes you might choose structured learning activities, and other times you can practice through the everyday moments that are already happening in your home. Hey there, Mama. I'm Lauren Brainerd, and this is Teach Your Littles at Home. I'm so excited you have tuned in as I share fun and hands-on activities you can use right away to help you play and learn with your little ones. So let's dive right into today's episode so you can make more memories than you ever dreamed of. Today, I'm talking about some simple real-life moments that you can naturally use to work on letter sounds with your child without any special planning or prep needed. Finding ways to incorporate phonics skills practice into our everyday moments is so important so that we can give our children a head start to reading. In case you missed our last couple episodes, make sure to go back and listen to episode 30, where we talked all about what phonics is and how and why you should teach phonics skills to your child. In episode 31, we talked about lots of play-based activities that you can do to work on phonics, and today we're just talking about those everyday moments. One of my favorite ways to sneak in phonics practice is while I'm in the kitchen preparing a meal or a snack. As you're pulling out each ingredient, emphasize the first sound of each ingredient that you're getting out. For example, if you're slicing carrots for dinner, you could bring your child alongside you, hold up a vegetable, and ask what vegetable it is. This gives them some great vocabulary practice. And then after they say carrot, you can say, now what's that first sound we hear? K, k, carrot. What other words start with k? Then you can give your child the opportunity to come up with cucumber. They might choose something not in the kitchen. They might say cat or carriage. Whatever it is that they have on the forefront of their mind is what's going to come out. The important part is that we're emphasizing those beginning sounds, looking for other words that make the k sound at the beginning of the word. If you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, say p, peanut. Can you think of another p word and see what your child comes up with? Even just saying these words out loud and exaggerating that first sound will help build their ability to hear and identify and manipulate those individual sounds in our spoken words. It's such an important pre-reading skill that helps our kids understand that every word that they hear and say is made up of different sounds. Mastering this skill of identifying the sounds is going to help them so much when the time comes to actually sit down and learn how to read and how to spell words. Another easy time to practice beginning sounds and words is when your child is getting dressed. As your child puts on their socks, you can say, socks. What other words start with s? You can even turn it into a silly game. Oh no, what if socks started with t? Would we call them talks? No, that's silly, right? But any way we can get our child to engage in learning about letter sounds is a complete win in my book. These little playful moments like this will help reinforce letter sounds in a way that will just feel like fun to your child. Maybe you'll even call them talks for the rest of the day as they put on their socks. Driving in the car is another great practice time. Next time you're in the car, instead of turning on music, try playing an I Spy sound game. Say something like, I spy something that starts with B. Your child might look around and guess bus, ball, building. If they need a hint, you can help. It's something outside, it's big, and lots of children usually ride in it. Once they guess bus, you can say, yes, B. Bus starts with B. This game works wonders anywhere, on a walk, in a grocery store, or even while waiting in line at the drive-thru. I love incorporating sound practice into activities that might not feel like a whole lot of fun when we first start doing them. So let's talk about cleaning up. Anytime I say it's time to clean up, my kids will just disperse. as fast as they can. Let's be real, getting kids to clean up isn't always easy, but we can turn it into a game, and this will make it a little bit more fun. Tell your child, let's put away all the toys that start with T first. They might pick up a truck or a teddy bear, and once those are cleaned up, move on to another sound. Now let's find things that start with M. This makes what can often feel like a parenting struggle to get our kids to clean up as we're navigating the whining or maybe even running away from the mess they need to clean up. Feel fun and interactive while also reinforcing some beginning sounds. My hope is that as you go through your day, you're just going to start seeing different opportunities where you can work on phonics. So let's talk about bath time. You can get bath foam letters, or you can even just write letters on the tub wall with a washable bath crayon or bath paint. If you haven't used bath paint before, I've linked my favorite brand in the show notes. It's a fun way to get your child engaged in learning about letters. You just smear the paint on the wall and then you start to write the letters in it. Now that your child is beginning to hear sounds and words, they can make that correlation to the letter, or as I like to think about it, that symbol. When they see an A, the goal here is that they're going to learn that that symbol or that letter says ah. So begin to put some bath paint on the wall, spread it around, write a few different letters in the paint. And then you're going to say, find the letter that makes the S sound. And let your kids squirt that letter with a little spray bottle, or they can point to it. You can also try a simple rhyming game. What rhymes with tub? They'll come up with rub, sub, cub. Now, these are new skills. So again, you're going to mostly be modeling it in the beginning, and they can repeat after you. And over time, they're going to get better at doing it independently. Bath time is already a routine, so adding a little learning can make the time spent sitting and playing with your child even more fun and valuable for you. Snack time is another great time for sounds practice. When your child is eating, ask them to listen for the first sound in the snack's name. So what sound do you hear at the beginning of banana? They might say B, and you can respond, yes, B. Banana starts with B. You can also mix it up. I have a word, but I need help saying it. It's milk. What's the word? And see if they can hear that milk is actually just the word milk. This little trick gets them thinking about sounds as they eat, and it just makes mealtime that much more fun. If your child loves being outside, you could try a sound scavenger hunt. So go for a walk, and while you're walking, challenge them to find things that start with a certain sound. Let's find something that starts with T. They might say tree, twig, truck. Set them up for success as you see items that begin with these certain letter sounds. You never want to go for a walk and say, find something that begins with the X, the X sound, because it's not realistic that they're going to see something on that path right in front of them. You can even collect some nature items and sort them by sound when you get back home. And my favorite way to close out the day with phonics practice is to sneak in some practice right before bed with a little bit of pillow talk phonics. As you head off to brush teeth, read a book, or put on pajamas, ask your child what sound they hear at the beginning of toothbrush or pajama. You can even switch it up and turn your bedtime routine into a guessing game by saying, next we're going to do something that starts with B, and helps us keep our teeth clean and healthy. This helps keep your child's brain engaged with phonics without it feeling like a lesson, just a sweet moment before bedtime. I hope you're finishing off this episode with one important lesson. Phonics doesn't have to be a sit-down lesson that we only do one time each day for 10 minutes. It's all about weaving it into your everyday life. This week, I challenge you to try just one of these ideas. Maybe playing I Spy in the car or snack time sounds, and see how your child responds. Let us know how it's going in our Teach Your Littles at Home Facebook group. Until next time, I hope you're having a great week beginning to teach your child how to recognize and identify beginning sounds in words. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Teach Your Littles at Home. I hope you are feeling so inspired to create a new activity to do right away with your little ones.
If you like listening to my mommy, will you please leave her a review?
Before you head off to plan the next activity, would you mind leaving me a quick review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you are listening from? This is the only way for me to know if you're finding my tips, activities, and advice helpful, and I get so excited reading each and every review. I hope this episode has left you feeling empowered to try something new with your kids this week. And if so, would you please hit the share button and share this episode with another one of your mama friends who also wants to create activities with her little ones. I can't wait to share even more fun activities with you on our next episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day playing and making memories with your little ones.